Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show with the talk of America.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody out there in social media land, TV land. Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show. I'm your host, of course, Ray Amanat, here in sunny Port Richey, Florida. I hope you guys have had an excellent 4th of July holiday, fireworks, barbecue. But remember, the main reason why we're celebrating Independence Day, our independence. For those of you that want to get a hold of me, I need a drum roll. I don't know if I have. Well, a gong will do. We have an email address and a website soon to come. If you want to get a hold of me, just email me at info@therayamanatshow.com. Again, that's info@therayamanatshow.com. If you have questions about our show, if you have comments, please go to our Facebook page and leave those comments about the show. If you're interested in having us come out to do a lecture, self-defense seminar, or anything in your area, go to info@therayamanatshow.com and shoot me an email. If you'd like your email to be written, or if you want me to read your email on our next show, just put okay to share with the audience, and I'll share the email with the show. So, moving onwards, let's talk about our sponsors. We're fortunate to have the OBBM Network pick us up and share our show on their networks, the OBBM Network. Let's find out a little bit more about them, and then I'll talk to you more.
Entertainment expands your horizons, takes you on fantastic adventures, challenges your skills. Independent media never looked so good. Welcome to a new sphere of influence. Our words mean business. Traditional families are honored, and the American flag still flies.
So the OBBM Network is a TV network that you can find on Rumble, on iHeartRadio, on um, a lot of the social media networks. Just search for them. Look up the OBBM Network.tv. You can download the app on your Roku and watch all of their other podcasts, including the Ray Amanat Show. So check out the OBBM Network at obbmnetwork.tv. Well, I've got a lot I want to talk to you guys about. Mainly, we're talking about everything that's going on in the news with Joe Biden, and talk about the 25th Amendment. Now, I'd like to thank my producer Debbie, for doing all the research and homework. Because again, I'm just a high school graduate. I don't know that much about the 25th Amendment, but I do now. And let's make this an educational moment for you, our audience, on this, the I'm Just Saying portion of our show. So we're talking the 25th Amendment here, and I've got a lot of notes that I've got here that I've got to be able to read to you. I'm going to need my glasses for some of this stuff. But the 25th Amendment was proposed by Congress and ratified by the states in the aftermath of the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. This provides the procedures for replacing the president or vice president in the event of, and there's 4 sections to the 25th Amendment, and we'll talk a little bit more in depth about where Joe Biden fits in and Kamala Harris fits in with all this. But the first section is death, removal, resignation of the vice. That's where if the president dies or he's removed from office or he resigns, then the vice president shall become the president. Section 2 of the 25th Amendment is if there is a vacancy in the office of the vice president, let's say Kamala Harris steps down, the president shall nominate a vice president who will take office upon confirmation by a majority vote of both houses of Congress, the House and the Senate. Section 3, when the president submits to the Senate or the Speaker of the House of Representatives his written documentation or declaration that he's unable to discharge the powers and duties of the office, he's unfit to serve, such as powers and duties of this, shall be discharged, and the vice president as the acting president. So if President Biden, which I don't think he's going to do this, but if he submits something that says, hey, I'm truly not fit to be the president of the United States or fulfill the duties, I'm stepping down, then the vice president shall take office. And then the fourth one, and this is the long one, which is where I think is fitting for what's going on with President Biden now. Whenever the vice president, so this is if Kamala Harris decides that President Biden is not fit to be president, but whenever the vice president and a majority of either the principal officers, the cabinet, of the executive department, or of other bodies of Congress may by law provide, transmit the president pro tempore of the pro tempore to the Senate and the Speaker of the House their written declaration the president is unable to discharge the powers and duties of their office. The vice president shall immediately assume the powers and duties of the office as acting president. Now, I'm going to break this down a little bit more for us lay people. So, if Kamala would feels President Biden is not fit to be president, she would need the support of the majority of the cabinet members or Congress members. They would then submit their concerns in writing to the Senate and House. She would then overtake the presidential duties at that time. Now, if Biden would respond in writing to the House and Senate that there is no reason for him to be removed, Biden would be returned to power. Unless Kamala would have 4 days to resubmit her reasons in writing to the House and Senate as to why Biden should be removed from power. She would be reinstated as president. And then Congress would then have 21 days to make their decision on whether they want President Biden to continue as president or have Kamala Harris take over as acting president. This is all stuff that I had no clue on. So a little bit more background on this. So the 25th Amendment has been invoked 6 times. 6 times. First time was when Vice President Agnew resigned and Vice President Ford took his place. Now, Ford was the House minority leader at that time. The second time was in 1974 when President Nixon resigned, and then President Ford became president after Nixon's resignation, and Vice President Rockefeller became his successor. The next time, I'm hoping all of this is right. This is our research. Thank you again, producer Debbie. But in 1985, when President Reagan underwent colon surgery, also when President Reagan was shot, but also when he underwent colon surgery, the vice president took office until he recovered, as well as when he was shot. And then in 2002 and 2007, when President Bush had a colonoscopy procedure while he was out and under, then his vice president took over as acting president until he came back from his recovery. So those are, in a nutshell, the times that we've used the 25th Amendment. And now we have to decide. Well, Kamala has to decide: is Biden fit or unfit? Does she want to assume his office? Biden does not want to relinquish it unless his party talks him into saying, okay, maybe I should step down. If he steps down, then Kamala becomes president. Unless Kamala decides to step down, and then, God knows what happens there. That's where the Democrats have to appoint somebody at their thing that's coming up, where they designate who the Democratic representative is for president. So that's a lot to take in. I'm still learning a lot myself. I hope that gives you guys a little bit more clarity on what the 25th Amendment is. I'd like to go on and introduce our sponsor, our next sponsor, which is Defenders Gateway.
Defenders Gateway. We have created an amazing program to drive business to your door. Defenders Gateway app is the most unique way to honor and support our active military, veterans, active retired first responders, Gold Star, and fallen first responder families. Our goal at Defenders Gateway is to create a national network of businesses, Gateway partners, that offer honorary discounts to defenders. Our exclusive vetting process validates the defenders before they can use the app. No more stolen honor. We provide a seamless method of displaying discounts offered while directing defenders to your door. The Defenders Virtual ID presents a picture, current time and date, your store number or store picture, and the agreed location discount. Defenders Gateway is a unique and cost-effective program. Defenders Gateway.
Let's give them a round of applause for everything that they do for our first responders and our military. If you want more information about Defenders Gateway, please go to defenders-gateway.com. If you're a business and you would like to add your services to the app, get a hold of them. If you're a first responder, a veteran, or an active duty soldier currently serving, download the free mobile app and start utilizing all of its benefits for saving money for yourself and your family. That's again, defenders-gateway.com. So, moving on, I would like to share a lot of memes that I've found on social media. There was a time that, everyone looked at Obama as the best president ever. And I was not, again, this is my opinion. I was not an Obama fan. My question is this. This 4th of July in Chicago, it's one of the most deadliest 4th of Julys they had. They had over 40 shootings. I don't know how many people died. This is President Obama's city that he came from. Why is he not going to Chicago and voicing his dismay or disgust in the amount of violence that's happening in his own city? Where are you? Where are the people that supported Obama going to Chicago and saying, "Knock this off"? Let me show you this little meme. Before his presidency, there was no ISIS, there was no caliphate, there was no Black Lives Matter, there was no Antifa, and there was no war on the police where they want to defund the police. Again, this is my opinion. I saw this and I'm like, yes, I agree with everything this meme had said. There was a time that Obama had said, after my second term in office, it would be great to have a third term. I don't have the video or audio footage, But he said, if I would have a front man, a face, where I could just sit in my basement in my sweatpants and just talk in his earpiece, telling him what to say, what to do, and I can have my third term. And this again is how I view, first, everybody wake the cluck up. President Obama, he's just missing on so many opportunities to come out and show the American people that he's not for violence or anything else, but he's silent in all these issues. Now, this next part where I look at Biden is the face or the front man. Obama is pulling the strings. And with everything going on after this last debate with Trump and Biden, I don't know. Obama might have to cut the strings because things might start coming back to them. And if they dig a little deeper, they might see things coming back to him. So that's one of the reasons why I look at Democrats are trying to oust Biden as president, because they don't want people to find out more in case of any other gaffes that Biden might have. So again, ladies and gentlemen, wake the clock up, America. Um, our justice system, we say justice is blind, but when our justice system or the DOJ is weaponized to go after not just President Trump, but anybody on the conservative side that has a voice against our current leadership, if they're being paid off, that's going to come out because I think there's going to be more. The House of Representatives, as long as they keep the power, are going to be doing more investigations into the corruption of both Republicans and Democrats in our government and in our justice system, where they're being bribed to go a certain way so that certain people can maintain power and status. Wake the cluck up, America. I'm an American. America. Okay. If our presidents or past presidents were to still be alive today, I know some of you can't see the slides I've got, but if they were to see what's going on, this is probably going to be their reaction, which is of dismay and disgust, where I can't believe our country, the country that we love, the country that we fought for, the country that we helped build and, abolish slavery and a whole bunch of other things. And what it's turning into now, they would actually be turning over in their graves. Um, I'm sick to my stomach. I don't need to do this podcast. I do this podcast because I want to wake people up as to what's going on out there. If I could run for any type of office, that would be my next step because I'm tired of seeing the direction our country has gone. It's not the same as when it was when I was a kid growing up. I would like to do a tour where I do self defense seminars or motivational talks across the country. This is the map of all the states that I've currently visited. If you are not on this map, if I have not come to your state or city, I would love to come out there and do a presentation or a seminar and do what I love to do. So if you're interested, go to info@therayamanatshow.com. That's my new email address. And let me know, give me your information, and we'll work on setting something up in your area. We have a new merchandise store, a new merch shop where you can take an image of this QR code that I've got, and that'll take you straight to our merchandise show where we've got Clucky the Chicken t-shirts, and a whole bunch of other things, all Clucky the Chicken, as well as the Ray Amanat Show logo with the microphone and everything. So go check out our merchandise store. Just download this QR code and it'll take you straight there and have fun shopping. Let me know what you think. And on a final note, I always like to let people know if you're dealing with if you're domestic violence, go to the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. If you're dealing with suicide and want to help somebody as far as dealing with prevention, call the suicide hotline at 1-800-273-TALK. If you're a witness to a crime and you want to make an anonymous tip, call Crime Stoppers USA at 1-800-222-TIPS. That's all the time we have for our show. I hope you liked it. Please like, share, comment, tell us what you think, and we'll see you guys on the next show. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show with the talk of America.